Hey y'all, how y'all doing? It is Beltane season. Yay! It's one of my absolute favorite times of year. It corresponds in the southern hemisphere to Samhain, and what those two times of year have in common is that the veil is thin. Okay, so we have access to this wonderful divine guidance. Our ancestors are closer to us, and it's such a beautiful time of year because it's Rhiannon's time. Right? And Rhiannon comes in, she rides in on her white mare and says, "Hey, how you doing? Do you want to live more wildly? Do you want to love better? Do you want to live more freely? What would you not dare do? What would you not dare say? If you could remove all of your restrictions and all of your reserve, what would be left?" She comes in and begs those questions of us. She beckons us to come outside and go explore and be free and really smell the flowers. Beltane is known as the time of the blossoming, and we can really look to that energy within for ourselves in terms of how might we blossom? How might we nurture whatever seeds that are important to us, whether it be our interpersonal relationships, the work that we do, whatever our relationship to the world at large? How can we really nurture those seeds and watch them blossom within, around, and for us? It's such a beautiful time of year. So we're going to take a look at the energies at play and see how we can best work with these energies so that we can really get the most out of it and really take full advantage of Beltane season, as is our right and our privilege to do. So let's go on and see what's going on. Hey Capricorns, let's see what your animal energy is for this Beltane season. What is going on? What is the animal energy for Capricorns for Beltane season, May into June? Ooh, very nice. Another sign got this. You know who else got this was Cancer. You might want to check out the Cancer reading as well. So, fish energy, let's talk. So good. So first of all, Beltane is a time, it's referred to as the blossoming time, right? The color for Beltane is red, so I love that that's coming up for you here. You know, fish energy is very much about, when you go with the flow, when you surrender to the flow of what is without resistance or attachment, you gift yourself the fertility and fortune that is yours. Right? But you only get that on the other side of flow, right? That's kind of the key with fish energy here as well. Also, given that this is watery energy and it does equate to the Seven of Cups a bit as well, in terms of having a lot of options or a lot of ideas or a lot of influence, a lot of energy going on. I'm really being called to think imaginatively in terms of like what could be, but then also understanding that staying too long in that place can result in some analysis paralysis and inaction, right? So again, that divine flow, allowing yourself to be in alignment with the natural flow of movement where you're really stepping into that vortex energy and moving from that place of flow. So this is really, really beautiful, Capricorn. It has an energy for Beltane, especially because it is the season of love, right? Rhiannon comes in on her white mare and says, how can you love more freely? How can you love yourself more freely? How can you love others more freely? Because what do they say? And I don't know who they is, but you know what they say. It's so true that true love is freedom, right? And who's more free than a fish who's just can go absolutely anywhere and just in a state of flow all the time, right? No restriction, no inhibition. It's really beautiful. So let's see what's going on for Beltane season. Perfect and brilliant. Okay, so we have the Akashic field here, one of forces. So this is very much about, who got this? Scorpio got this as well. So one of forces is very much about knowing and owning that you have the potential to tap into the energy that is the Akashic field at any time, right? Now the Akashic library is about, as a soul, right? You have this incarnation, but you've incarnated before, right? So the Akashic library holds all the records of every soul that has ever incarnated, the jobs that they did, the families that they had, the lessons that they were there to learn, what the lessons they did get to, what lessons they didn't get to, all of the records of every soul that's incarnated, that's in the Akashic library. It's our living history. It's our esoteric records, right? The Akashic field, right? That's the power source, right? This is the place from which all of that is able to be fully realized. So this is yours to step into at any given time. And what's really interesting with that is that we saw the Seven of Cups with the fish energy, right? And we're talking about having a lot of energy, optionality, choices, ideas, right? And then we have the Akashic field here, which is really a greater expression of the same thing that is more focused, right? And also attuned to you specifically. So I definitely feel for Beltane season, you're going to be feeling like you are fully in your power during this time and have access to a lot of creativity and also an alignment with your soul purpose in a way. So when you're aligned with your soul purpose, it just means that you are living out the lessons that you are here to learn. That doesn't necessarily mean it has to be one specific job or another. It's just whether or not the work and the relationships that you have are serving your soul purpose of the lessons that you're here to learn this time around, right? And that feels like it's an alignment for you during this time, during the Akashic field when that comes up. So it's really, really, really auspicious. Oh, okay. The scribe. I'm here. This is feeling very artistic and creative for Beltane. I love it. So the scribe, this is very much about writing. It's very much about records. It's very much about the words that you say, communication, but also like doing things that are going to be around for the long term. So if you are a writer, whether it's professionally or you write for pleasure or whatever that is, I am hearing that is a very definite part of this time for you. So you could be feeling inspired to write a lot during this time, tapping into that Akashic field. You know, I also want to give a special note around this as well. You know, when we have the Akashic field come up and we're talking about soul purpose, and because we have the scribe, I'm going to use this as an example. Let's say that you've always thought about writing, but you never went to school for it. You never took a class in it. You don't even know if you'd be particularly good at it, but you've always had this thought in your mind of, what if, I wonder if I did try writing, if I might be good at it, if, right? And then one day you sit down and give it a go and suddenly you realize that like you're a writer. Walter Moseley is a writer that he's did a bit on masterclass. If you watch that, he's coming through for you. He's alive, but that masterclass is coming through for you because he talks about, he was never trained in writing, but one day I think he was cleaning out an office building or something, like as a night job. And then he sat down and he had a sentence pop into his head and he sat down and just wrote the sentence. And then from there, it was like a whole path and career was born. And he was published pretty quickly and it all kind of rolled out for him because he clicked into his soul purpose. Even though he hadn't had any training in it in this lifetime, you know, the Walter Moseley was a writer in his previous incarnations, right? And he tapped into that. He allowed himself to dare to tap into that Akashic field and take that line and go from there and hook his thread into this energy that is his. This is his pure soul energy that remembers every ability that he's ever had in any other life. Tapping into that and then going with it and writing. So you have access to this during this Beltane time and your heart is going to lead the way around it. And by allowing yourself to move with that flow, fertility and good fortune. Yeah. It's really beautiful. We get in our own way a lot when it comes to these things, but it's Rhiannon comes in and just says, do you dare? Do you dare to give it a go? Oh, love it. Seven of Forces, balance. This is really beautiful. So this is similar to the Justice key in the Tarot, which speaks of, you know, everything being as it's meant to be. This also speaks of anything that's contractual, legal, anything to do with, you know, finances, agreements, leases, mortgages, anything of that nature. Very auspicious time for all of that. But there's also an aspect of this balance with Seven of Forces, which is there's an aspect of you that's coming into greater balance during Beltane season. Under this time of influence where the heart is put to the forefront of everything. And you're being asked to really connect with that and say, hello, heart. What is it that you were telling me? I'm going to listen. And Rhiannon is really encouraging that during the time of Beltane, right? Because the heart knows. You're not saying the heart wants what it wants. It's true. And you have this ability during this time to directly link into your Akashic field, you know, through those heart stirrings. And also the fact that like it's balance and like 7 of forces and legal. This is also saying that like, look at this. You look at this, how this goes. You tap into that Akashic field. You take that inspiration and put action to it. And then it results in like the payback and the monetary abundance and the, you know, everything is balanced because you followed up on that energy. You went with the flow of it. It's really powerful. Let's get your advice, Capricorn. Oh, really? Your advice is Ace of Pentacles? Your advice is Ace of Pentacles. This is big money, big idea, big progress. This is following something through. This is a big new financial start. This is Walter Moseley sitting down to write the first line in, I think the book is The Devil in the Blue Dress, something like that. This is Walter Moseley stopping cleaning an office at night and writing down a line that led to a prolific writing career. Are you serious? Your advice is Ace of Pentacles. Follow these threads and it's going to lead to like this. Ace of Pentacles, abundance, financial reward, esteem, recognition, fulfillment, all of it. All of it. All of it. Wow. Wow. How do you picture your potential outside of your own self-perceived limitations? Dare to go there. That's what Rhiannon says. Do you dare? Actually feeling like the vintage for you guys. Let's get a vintage oracle. Let's get a vintage oracle for Capricorn. Oh, really? Choice. Interesting. You know, again, Rhiannon is the lady in red, so I like that she's coming up here again for you. You know, the dove is all about divine love as well, and she is the love goddess. So it's interesting. We're talking about coming from the heart, the red moon, the red fish. I'm getting a special message. I've gotten this for a few of y'all. The full moon in Scorpio feels like a particularly ripe, it's coming up in May, a particularly ripe opportunity for you to tap into this Akashic field. Okay, there's something about that. Choice. This is beautiful. It is absolutely up to you. You can go this way, you can go that way, you can go that way. But do you dare? Do you dare? Right? Which way do you dare to go? Which way do you not dare to go? There's something in that for you. Right? We are our choices, absolutely. And there's really something about allowing yourself to really go for it without worrying about what will come of it or what will be as a result. It's not about what will come of it. It's about following that thread, following those internal nudges, and then just being open to the wonders of where it may lead without any form of attachment or expectations, just for the pure, what would Rhiannon say? For the pure love of it. You absolutely got this. And again, as a reminder, there's love-based choices and there's fear-based choices. What you gonna do? It's absolutely beautiful. Love-based choices for Beltane season. I'm so here for it, Capricorn. I'm sending you so much love and so many blessings for this Beltane season. I so hope that this helps and resonates. If so, please let me know in the comments below, because I absolutely love reading your comments. Please like, share, and subscribe. I love you for it. And with that being said, just thank you so very much for being here. And most of all, and as always, thank you for being you. And be well. Until next time.